Hi and welcome back to Classic MGB. Now today we're out and about. It's the first show of the year, it's Stoneleigh Park and it's the MG and Triumph Spares Day. So when you come to these shows, one of the things that you really do need to know is what you're looking for, because there is pretty much everything you'd ever want for an MG and an MGB. Even, as you can see behind me, a Roadster body shell. And when you see the price of it compared to a heritage shell of about 15 grand, it's £3,000. Pity I haven't got a tow bar, really. And talking of body shells, this one's come all the way from New Zealand. Unbelievable. It's a GT, it's a chrome bumper this time. And do you know what? It's for sale. It's £2 grand. I reckon you could probably buy everything you need to get this car on the road here. Most of the main suppliers have stands, although MGOC Spares, where I buy most of my parts, weren't here. I guess if they were to bring even a fraction of their stock, they'd need a hall to themselves. There's also a lot of hobbyists here too, selling usually used parts, particularly useful for the older pre-war MGs that aren't so well provided for through the main spares channels. One of those is Bob Holmes, who runs a small part-time spares business with his son. Now Bob's got a unique achievement almost. He's been involved with MGs for 60 years. Bob, tell me about how you got involved and why you're still involved.
I was given a MGD type, a 1932 MGD type, when I was age 14, given to me all in pieces when I lived in Essex. With the help of my father, we rebuilt the car over a 4-year period. It's been my interest all these years, and my son's as well.
So if you had to pick one MG as your favourite of all time, what would that be?
The one I started with, my MGD type. Not the fastest car, but something very characterable, which is now with a good home in the USA.
But it's not just parts that are at this show. There's also completed cars, and a lot of them are from the owners' clubs. This one's the Coventry and Warwick MG Owners Club, and there's one of pretty much every type of MGB here. There's a GT, there's a Roadster, there's a Jubilee, so well worth looking, even just for the cars, really. The MG Car Club registers are also well represented, with the T register, MGF register, and of course the MGB register. And there was a very special car on the MGC register stand, the historic MGC GTS, nicknamed Romeo after its number plate. The car driven by Paddy Hopkirk and Andrew Hedges in the 1969 12-hour race at Sebring. Watch this space for a special feature on this one. There's also a lot of stands selling new and used tools here. Pretty much every tool you'd ever want, whether it's for bodywork, suspension, interior, or even engines. If you don't fancy rebuilding the engine yourself, Classic Performance Limited can do that for you. And I'm with Peter Edney. Peter, tell me how you go about doing that with this rig or something?
Yeah, so we have this rig set up for once we rebuilt the engines, they all go on this rig purely to run them up, check that they're okay, make sure they get the right oil pressure, there's no knocks or bangs, no water leaks, etc. So we'll run them over a hot and cold period, start them, make sure they're okay when they're hot, make sure they start them when they're okay when they're cold. And then once we've done that about 3 sessions, then they'll come off of here. They'll then be finally detailed and prepped, ready to go off to the customer. So this rig is one of our 3 rigs we have. This one does up to 6 cylinders, so hence it's a little bit longer. And we do all pre-war engines as well. A lot of 6-cylinder MG engines we're quite well known for. So we do those right the way through up to 1980s engines. And we do MGs, Triumph, Healey's. So yeah, the A series, B series, C series. Yeah.
Fantastic. And do you do recon engines as well, or do you have to supply your engine?
Exchange?
Yeah.
We do on the later ones. Not on these ones, the earlier engines, we can't. We have to do customers' own units
sort of
on
B
those.
series.
Yeah, we used to do on those, but not those. But now the midgets and the MGBs, we always keep 2 or 3 different spec engines in stock.
Okay.
So you can have a standard engine without a flywheel, sort of engine you get from a club or something like that.
Yeah.
We do those, which we've built off the shelf, but then we do our standard engine, which has a flywheel and a clutch on the back, because they're then fully balanced. Because we believe we like to have all the engines fully balanced. So we balance the pistons, the con rods, the crank, the clutch, flywheel, everything on our standard engines, which a lot of builders don't do.
Sure.
Yeah, so we keep those in stock as well for the A's and the B's.
Dare I ask how much for a B series?
B series starts at a basic engine at £1,500 exchange.
Wow.
Okay, that's the basic one without the clutch and flywheel. Then they go up to £2,500 for a standard engine, £3,000 for what we call our fast road engine, which has got a slightly better cam, a little bit more porting, lightened flywheel, and an improved distributor on it.
Wow, that's really, you know, when you compare that to kind of Ocelli, Ivor Searle, that's pretty competitive, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not priced that high. We're very, very good, yeah.
Excellent. Well, when I blow my engine up doing a track day on my MGB, I'll be coming to see you. Peter, thank you very much
nice
indeed.
to meet you.
Cheers,
Okay.
and you.
Bye-bye.
So that's it, the MG and Triumph Spares Day at Stoneleigh. Well worth a visit whether you want oily bits or not. I didn't actually buy any oily bits myself. I bought a mat, some gloves, and a couple of MG books that I didn't have, which was great. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it about. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, that would be great. As always, thanks for watching and take care.